How to do email marketing for webinars. Hi, my name is Terence. I'm the founder of Radical Marketing. In the past 10 years, we have generated over 1.5 million leads for webinars, challenges, and seminars. So in this episode, I want to talk about the 5 different types of emails that you need when you're marketing webinars. So before I start going into the 5 different types of emails, let me tell you a story about a new client that came to us. And basically this new client said their previous marketing agency told them, you don't need their emails. All you need to do is give people a link to register on Telegram, and that's it. And I was like shocked. I honestly was shocked because that obviously resulted in very bad results for this client who actually lost money with his webinars before he came to us. So when he came to us, I said, look, this is the first thing we need to fix is we need to implement this 5 different types of emails into your whole webinar marketing strategy. So let's get into it. What are the 5 different types of emails that you need for your webinar marketing? The first type of email that we implemented was the webinar promotion emails. As you know, if you have a list, this is the most common thing that you need to do is to basically promote your webinar to your list, right? Makes absolutely logical sense. Now, for people who are running ads to their webinars, you will find that around 60 to 80% of people who registered don't show up in the first instance. And this is where you can use your webinar promotional emails to get people to attend the next webinar. Basically, you're getting people who missed out on the first time. People don't show up for a variety of reasons, but the fact that they registered for your webinar in the first place means that they do want that content. It just wasn't the right time. So by doing this promotions via email, you will get them to attend future events, and you're basically preventing losing those leads forever. So this is the one thing that you need to do immediately if you're not already doing it, right? And the second type of email is to have a webinar confirmation email. Many times I register for events like webinars and then I don't get any confirmation email, which is quite shocking, and I just don't know whether I'm in or not. So this is very important. It may seem small, but if I am not sure whether I'm registered, chances of me showing up is very, very tiny. So it is so important to have all the details of the webinar, the time, the date, the location, if you're a seminar, right? Or the webinar link to show up for the challenge or the webinar. All that information should be in the confirmation email. And in that confirmation email, make people feel good because they actually committed to actually attend your event. So have a congratulations message that you're in and you're gonna learn all this awesome stuff, right? So that's the second type of email that you need in your whole marketing with webinars. Now the third type, and this is the one that most people miss out on, is the indoctrination series of emails. What is this indoctrination sequence of emails? Well, the indoctrination sequence of emails is where you have the opportunity to get people to know you and to like you before the webinar actually happens, right? This is super important because if you're selling a high-ticket item at your webinar and you expect people to just show up and immediately buy, yes, some people may do that, but most people need more indoctrination. They need more content. They need to know you a bit better before the webinar so that the chances of them buying at the webinar is much higher. Well, the chances of them showing up is also much higher. So what do you do in this indoctrination sequence? What you need to have is like stories, for example, of your personal story of how you overcame challenge that plagues your listeners, right? What are the things that you did to actually overcome those challenges? And maybe you can also share some testimonials of some of your students who have also overcome this challenge. Share their stories as well. And it's also useful to send out some content as well, okay? Some content that's useful that might be beneficial for your target market. So this is just to get to them to know you and to like you a bit better. So I would recommend maybe 3 to 5 indoctrination emails, and that can go out on the day that they register itself, right? Through a drip sequence. Now, the fourth type of email that I would highly recommend is the reminder sequence. Now, we normally start our reminder sequence like 3 days or so before the event. So it's like a countdown, like 3, 2, 1, right? 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. And on the morning of the event, we also send out a reminder 1 hour before, 15 minutes before, and when the event starts. I know that sounds like a lot, but when you think about it, most people who run webinars struggle with people not showing up. And of course, you need to be bit creative with those reminders, right? Don't just say, oh, it's like 3 days before the webinar starts, see you there. 2 days before the webinar starts, see you there. Just be creative, like share some testimonials, share some screenshots or results and stuff like that. Just get them even more excited, hype them up a little bit with those emails, not just, pure reminders, okay? So that is what I would suggest, is that you also have that reminder sequence. And remember, this can be dripped out, like automated, dripped out, okay? So you don't have to do anything once you have written it. And the final type of email is the post-webinar sequence. So ideally, you like to plan out your post-webinar sequence before you even start the webinar. So what happens the day after the webinar? Is it the replay that goes out? And after the replay, what goes out next? Maybe it's pieces of content, maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's some videos that you have created, because this is a perfect opportunity for you to also engage your audience before they kind of like forget about you. Some of them may have attended the webinar, some of them may not have. So this is an opportunity still for you to engage with them. Right after that 14 days and 30 days, maybe what you want to do then is, and this is what we normally do for our clients, is to create an email newsletter. And we found that with every email newsletter that we send out, there is a very good chance of someone signing up for the next coming event, whether it's a challenge, webinar, or seminar. And basically, we get like anywhere from 10 to like 50 people a month, depending on the size of their list, to sign up for an event. I think even more than that, because people get content and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I like to find out more at this guy's or this lady's next webinar. So it happens, right? So it's great, because that means you don't have to use ads to pay for these people to sign up for your webinar. They're already on your list, right? And you're engaging them. It's a gold mine, right? And for the future as well, if you send out these newsletters, you're continuously engaging them and they might buy other stuff in the future, right? So I hope you enjoyed this episode and got tons of value from it. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you check out my other episodes. There's a ton of them on email marketing, on webinar marketing, on challenge marketing, and a whole bunch of other stuff that will help you to grow your business. So check them out, and thank you for watching, and see you on the next episode.